Hello students, in this video I will discuss about the fourth chapter of your Science NCERT book, that is metals and non-metals. Here are two pictures in which you might be able to see things which are totally hard, this is totally soft. So how, yeah, what this describe actually we will discuss in chapter. Basically we have to go through the properties of metals and non-metals in this chapter. But before that, children, you might have seen in your school this type of table or this type of chart. Even in stationery shops also you might have seen this type of chart. This is actually called periodic table of elements. These are what you, if at your level you are just knowing that these are some alphabets written in some logical manner. That logic you are not aware, but they are written in some logical manner. Actually these are the elements. So when scientists were categorizing or distributing these elements, that whether to write, suppose this Mn is written, whether to write this Mn before Fe or after Cr, how it was decided. So it was decided using the studying about the properties. Using these properties means before using, scientists would have done deep study on these particular elements. These are actually the symbols, alphabets are used to describe these elements. The symbolic manner to describe elements is here in term of alphabet. So these are actually metals and non-metals. When scientists were distributing these elements in these various colorful boxes, they have used some properties. Those properties only we have to discuss in this chapter one by one. So let's start understanding about the properties of metals and non-metals. Properties will also be of two types. Metals will be having two types of properties. First one is physical and second one is chemical. You know that physical property, when you see or when you feel anything, those changes which you are actually able to see and feel are said to be physical, but some changes takes place which we are not able to look after are said to be chemical changes. So now let's start understanding about the physical and chemical properties one by one of metals and non-metals. So students, let us discuss the physical properties of metals and non-metals. I will discuss all the various physical quantity properties of metals and non-metals one by one with various examples. First property is luster. Luster means shining. Means if the metals are found in their pure state, they are going to shine, like example gold and iron. Silver is also an example of metal. Where on the other hand non-metals do not shine, they used to show their dull nature, like this wooden box, football and rubber. Next is hardness. If we use to cut this iron sheet with the help of knife, it will be somewhat difficult. Means metals are hard, that's why it is difficult. While on the other hand, rubber is a non-metal, and if we cut it with the help of knife, it will be cut very easily because non-metals are soft. Next one is malleability. Malleability, with the help of an activity we will understand it. We are having here four things: iron nail, aluminium wire, coal and lead pencil. If we beat a hammer on all these four objects, what we will find that these two objects have just changed their shapes. They have changed their shape, while on the other hand this coal and lead pencil has been break into many pieces. Means Metals after beating means harder we will beat the metal, greater is the change in their shape. While on the other hand, non-metal does not change their shape, they used to break themselves. Next is ductility. Our next property is ductility. Ductility is the ability to form thin wire. It is an ability to form thin wire, and metals are used to form thin wire. If we want to create or present thin wire with the help of various metals like aluminum, copper, and iron, we can make thin wire. While on the other hand, if you want to make iron with the help of this plastic or rubber, it will break up after some time. So metals are ductile in nature. Next property is sonority. It is just that if you take an example of this iron bell and we beat it or we push it, what happens? It creates some sound. While on the other hand, because it is made up of metal, while on the other hand, these all things are made up of non-metals and they are not going to show any kind of sound. Next is conduction of heat and conduction of electricity. We know that metals are good conductor of heat. If we burn this iron rod, copper rod, it will change, there will be change in temperature. While on the other hand, it does not conduct electricity, they will just burn out, non-metals. That's why we use non-metallic handle, because they do not conduct heat. Means if cooker will get heat, its handle is not going to change its temperature. Another is how metals conduct electricity. Students, let us perform an activity to understand this other property, that is conduction of electricity. If we take some objects like iron nails, sulfur, coal pieces and copper wire, what we will find? If we place iron nail, then we will find that bulb will glow. When we will put sulfur, bulb will not glow. On the other hand, if we will put now coal pieces, then again bulb will not glow. And copper wire, when will be placed, then also bulb will glow. What does it mean? Since iron and copper are metals, so metals are good conductor, that's why bulb is glowing. And sulfur and coal pieces are non-metals, and that's why bulb is not glowing, means they are bad conductor of electricity. So what we concluded, metals are good conductor of electricity, while non-metals are bad conductor of electricity. Some exceptions are here. Sodium, potassium being a metal are soft. Sodium, potassium being a metal are soft, while if we take iron and copper, gold, silver, these are solid metals, and mercury is the only exceptional metal that is found in its liquid state. Non-metals, iodine is shiny and diamond is hardest non-metal ever we can find out. So up till now we have studied about physical properties of metals, but can we classify on the basis of only physical properties? It is not possible. That's why we need to know about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals also. In chemical properties, we will just go through the reaction with oxygen and water. When metals get reacted with oxygen, they give metal oxide, and iron, if exposed to air and water, forms rust. You know that if you place your cycle in the water or any iron object in the water, what happens? Rust is formed in that thing. That reaction is written here. Iron, when react with oxygen and water present in the atmosphere, it gives result to the rust and hydrogen. Similarly, magnesium ribbon, when react with oxygen, it results in giving magnesium oxide. Means all metals when react with oxygen, they used to form their oxide. Two examples I have shown you. First one was iron and second one is magnesium. Another one is copper. When exposed to air, form copper oxide. So, but whether these oxide will be acidic or basic, we can check it with the help of litmus paper. When red litmus will turn blue, means the solution is basic, and when blue litmus turns red, means it is acidic. And if blue litmus remains blue, it means it is basic, and red litmus remains red, means it is acidic. This is a short activity in which we just concluded that metal oxides are basic in nature, as we have shown in the figure below. Means previously I have shown it with the help of figure. Here also it is shown with the help of test tube and liquids. So metals when react with oxygen results in metal oxide, and the nature of that oxide is basic. They are basic in nature, while non-metals are opposite to that. Same thing has been done with the help of non-metal. And when non-metal, they will form? They will form oxide, means oxides also. They will also form oxide, but the nature of oxide formed by non-metals will be acidic. Same thing is written here. Sulfur when react with oxygen creates sulfur oxide, and the nature of sulfur oxide is acidic, as when we will add water in it, it will result in forming as sulfuric acid. Next is same type of activity is written, and the result is concluded that metals react with water causing release of energy in the form of heat and produces the alkaline, that is basic solution. These are means metals always used to form basic solution, while on the other hand non-metals do not react with water, they used to react with oxygen, and when they form oxide, that oxide is reacted with water to give acids. So students, in this manner we have studied about the properties of metals and non-metals. In non-metals, what we have seen, that metals actually used to react with oxygen and water and results in forming the basic solutions, while non-metals, like I have taken the example of sulfur, which do not directly react with water but it reacts with oxygen, then forms dioxide, and when its dioxide is react with water, they used to result in acid, and that acid is actually sulfuric acid. So non-metal solutions are acidic in nature, while metallic solutions are basic in nature. This was all about the properties of metals and non-metals, actually the physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals. You have to go through all these keywords in detail again. You have to revise, then you have to try to solve these questions one by one up to your this. Fill in the blanks, this true and false. You just have to try. Rest all the things will be provided you with the help of PDF.